ready? Go! Woo! Yay, Lacey!
Good job, bud.
Ready?
It looks like a moment.
Good job! You want to do it again? Hey, no crashing, dude.
You need like a slow bike for this.
But you don't have gears.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's the
Okay,
bad
go.
thing.
I am aware of that.
No, this is somebody.
Let's get up
And Quinn's on. But mine has a memorial. Oh, yeah. I'll stay here. Maybe we're going to Andy. I will probably can hide really well. My mom's going back home. Levi. So they can fix it, pump up the air.
Oh, the helmets are right there. Tomorrow.
that bike, if it was clean,
It was clean when I got it. Yeah, I know, but now it's not. That's 2 years old. Tyler, they told us.
Is it here?
Alright guys, now before we already get started out here today, we also have just 2 more very important rules out here today to discuss with each and every one of you all out here in the audience here today. So rule number 1, everybody, is going to be the most important rule out here today. And at no point during our show is anybody in the audience out here to cross in front of these bright orange cones into the riding area out here. And the reason why, everybody, is because not only 1, but 2 of our bicycle riders over here have no brakes on their bicycles out here today, and they're going to be going very, very fast when they're going to be jumping over this ramp out here. So we do not want to have any accidents out here today whatsoever. So we ask throughout the remainder of the show, everybody in the audience out here watching today remains behind the orange cones. But rule number 2 though now, and this rule is going to be a lot more fun out here, because we need everybody in the audience out here today to bring the noise to our bike riders. That meaning, can everybody in the audience either clap their hands or cheer as loud as possible for 2 bike riders today? Each of your guys' cheers out here today is going to be like a can of Red Bull to these bike riders. That means that the more noise that you guys make for them out here today, the more pumped up that they will get, and the bigger and better the bike show will be. So now, with that being said, everybody, are you guys all finally ready to watch the bike show out here today? All right then, guys, so we're going to get a countdown now. It started from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, everyone, let's give another huge round of applause to the Dial Action Sports team today, everybody. Alright, boys and girls, and now that we have introduced the team out here today, I think it's only fitting now, everybody, we start out by introducing the rest of us individually out here. And I'm going to start with myself first out here today, guys. Now, today's a very special show for all 3 of us out here today, but specifically me and one of the other bike riders, because we're going to be the local boys out here today. So hi, everybody. My name is Nick, and I'm 25 years old from Bayville, New Jersey, just about 5 minutes away. And just last week, I was all the way up on the border of Canada, like 2 hours north of Buffalo, New York. So we travel all over. So doing a local hometown show like this is really fun out here today to do out here today. And as you guys see, I also have my bicycle out here with me because usually I'm riding my bike with these two incredible bike riders. But for the rest of the performance, everybody, I am just going to be on the microphone out here today. But enough about myself now, though, because we do have two incredible bike riders to introduce. And up next, we're going to be introducing a bike rider that comes all the way out of Medford, New Jersey, who's only 20 years old. So let's give a huge round of applause to the 20-year-old out here today, Evan Mendito. Evan is jumping over that ramp out there, waving to everybody in the audience. But all right, up next now, everybody, is going to be the veteran recruit out here today. And this is going to be another special treat because this is actually my little brother. So let's give a huge round of applause to the 19-year-old out here today, Colin Ackerman. Colin has shown us that huge 360 onto the top of that box jump out here today. But all right, now that we've introduced both of our bike riders out here, before these guys are to take it to the air some more and start to show us all some bigger and better stunts out here, I think right now is a really good fitting time to bring up something very important right now about the conditions that both these bike riders are riding in out here today. Now, if you guys can tell by these flags behind me, they can be whipping pretty hard out here, up to 20-mile-plus gusts out here. And since the ramp is positioned this way, with the flags going like this, we call that a crosswind. And due to the crosswind, everybody, it can be very, very dangerous if they jump over this ramp out here and perform their tricks underneath of the ramp over into the landing. So due to the safety and the condition out here, all these bike riders today will be performing the majority of the tricks onto the deck of these ramps out here. But even though they're going to be doing so, these tricks that you guys are about to see might not be as flashy as the rest of the high-flying stunts that are going to take place later on throughout the rest of today's performance out here. But these may also be some of the hardest bike tricks that both these bike riders know how to do out here today. So with that being said, we're going to start things off with Evan out here today. And Evan's going to be building up some speed. So let's give Evan a huge round of applause, guys. And keep that noise going for Evan out here today. Evan showing us a huge air. We also are having a bit of a flash of sun shower right now, which also can make these ramps pretty slippery, which isn't ideal conditions. But we're still going to do our best to give you guys a great show, even in the rain and wind out here. So Evan showing us that bar spin. But up next, we're going to be bringing Colin back out, of course. So let's keep that noise going for Colin, everybody. Now, Colin out here today, as well as Evan, has no brakes in that bicycle of his. So it's going to take an extreme amount of precision for both these bike riders to ride on top of these ramps out here. Colin going for that huge bar spin and then riding backwards. But as the show progresses, everybody, we're going to see some even bigger and better tricks out here today. This time, Colin going for that funny outtail. So let's give Colin another huge round of applause out here today for showing us those incredibly difficult bicycle tricks out here. Up next, we have Evan making his way back out, of course, for his second to jump in the technical section. Now, Evan travels all across the country, not only competing in BMX competitions, but as a BMX racer. And he's been all the way outside of the country to Toronto, Canada, just last year, competing in a huge BMX racing event. But right now, Evan is showing us a huge 180 onto the box jump. So just remember, guys, the more noise that you make for them, the more pumped up they will get. So let's keep that noise going for Evan today. Evan is showing us that huge entire graph over the box jump. And up next, we're going to bring Colin back out of course out here today. Colin going a 180 and riding it backwards into that box jump. But if you guys get lined up for Colin, he's going to try something crazy. Colin going for that huge air out here today, making sure to not slip out on the wet surfaces of these ramps out here. Colin at that time showing us another huge combination. Oh my goodness, Colin rapid firing those tricks so fast I couldn't even name them all. So boys and girls, let's give both Colin and Evan one more huge round of applause out here today, guys, for showing us those incredibly difficult technical maneuvers. But now that it looks like the sun shower is starting to pass a little bit here, and that both these bike riders are finally a bit more warmed up out here today, does everyone in the audience want to finally see some bigger and better tricks out here today, guys? All right, well, if it looks like you guys want to see it, then so do I out here today. So we're going to start things off by bringing Evan back out on course. But just remember, boys and girls, the more noise that you make for both Evan and Colin out here today, the more pumped up that they will get, and the bigger and better their bike tricks will be. Up first, we're going to start things off with Evan out here today. So let's keep that noise going for Evan, everybody. Evan blasting over that ramp out here today. But here we go with bringing Colin back out. Of course, let's see what Colin's going to do next to this next jump. That time I'm going for that huge alternating one-in and one-footer in opposite direction, an extremely technical maneuver out of Evan. But up next, we have Evan circling back around out here today for his next jump. This time, going for that huge X-up and over the box jump. And now as the rain is starting to pass, it looks like the wind is getting a little bit more tame out here. So we have Colin building up a huge amount of speed this time, flying over the box jump, showing us that huge 360 tabletop. But up next we have Evan also coming back out of his third jump today. Evan at that time with that huge combination going for that X-up, crossing those handlebars upside down as he jumps over that ramp out here. And we're going to bring Colin back out of course one more time here today. Colin flying over that ramp out there today with that huge combination out here. But now real quick everybody, it looks like both these bike riders over here are signaling to me now that they want to try something special real quick. So, we have this little stunt on our sports team, everybody, which we like to call the train, which basically is both these bike riders out here now are going to attempt to jump the ramp here, back to back, in a train-like formation. But the catch here is, guys, if one of them is to fall down trying one of their stunts out here today, they can potentially all fall down. So if that's a stunt that you guys want to see, I'm going to turn the music back up for them. So let's keep that noise going one more time, guys, and for both Evan and Colin with this train stunt out here. With Evan starting things off and Colin follows closely behind out here. Both Colin and Evan with those huge back-to-back combinations out here. Boys and girls, let's give both Evan Mendino and Colin Ackerman one more huge round of applause out here today, everybody, for showing us those incredibly difficult bicycle tricks out here. But now what we're going to do, this is a really good timing actually. So excuse the rain, guys. It's kind of nice actually with it being really hot out here. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take the time to talk about safety. If you guys still stick around through the rain, just hopefully it'll be passing. So what we're going to do now is if you guys take a closer look at our bike riders on the top of the box jump out here, both of our bike riders out here today are wearing safety gear underneath their riding jeans. So underneath both their riding jeans, they're both wearing knee pads to protect their knees from any sorts of bruises or scrapes that they may get from riding their bicycles. And below their knees, they also have shin guards on out here today to do the same thing out here. Protect their shins from the sharp metal pedals. But as well, boys and girls, do you all see what the most important piece of safety equipment is on top of that? Can you guys yell it out from the audience? What are they wearing on their heads, everybody? That is right, guys. It is the helmet. And you see the reason why the helmet is the most important piece of safety equipment on the top of both of our bike riders' heads out here today is because you guys see, if you were to maybe fall and break your arm or leg, you'll more than likely make a full recovery. But if you guys are to tread hard enough without the use of a helmet on, you may never be the same person again. And you might even need to relearn how to either walk or how to talk again. You guys see, everybody, that helmets are very, very important out here. And we have traveled all across the country. We've run into a problem where for some reason, sometimes some people think that they're just too cool to be wearing a helmet on. But no, that is just not the case with us, guys. Because you guys see that we have seen way too many people that we even know personally end up in a really bad position because for some reason they thought that they were just too cool to be wearing a helmet on. And as well, boys and girls, it doesn't matter what types of wheels that you guys are all riding at home, whether that be scooters, skateboards, rollerblades, or even normal bicycles. It doesn't need to even be BMX bikes like we're on out here today. Just remember to always wear that helmet of yours because it can literally save your life. So everybody, let's go ahead now. Let's give both these bike riders one more huge round of applause out here today for wearing all their safety out here. I mean, it's such good role models for everybody out here watching. But now that we did take that time to talk about safety out here, honestly, guys, I'm kind of thinking right now, I'll be honest with everybody in the audience, so we kind of have a bit of a predicament. With the ramp being wet, and since it's painted, it's like ice. It's extremely slippery. So due to the safety conditions right now, we're unfortunately going to need to honestly have to take a halftime break, at least from the show. Maybe if it stops, we might be able to start or resume again in maybe 10 minutes. I'm saying this completely on the top, spontaneously. I want to see if we can still push the show back and maybe do some more riding in our slotted time that we have if the rain stops and if we can dry it off. But for now, due to the safety, what we're going to do is we're going to have to take a break from that. But to make things fair to everybody who did turn up to today's show, we're going to try to give it a bit of a 10-minute break out here and see if it stops. If it does stop, I'll make an announcement on the microphone if the ramps dry off. And even then, if it still doesn't dry off, to still make things fair, we have a whole bunch of extra posters underneath this table out here today. And what we can do is we can give out anybody in the audience who wants free BMX posters with these 2 professional bike riders' signature autographs on them, completely for free for anybody who wants them, due to the conditions to make that fair. So again, guys, we're going to take a little bit of a 10-minute break out here today, and we're going to hope that the rain stops and the conditions will be safer. We'll see you guys in about 10 minutes with an update then. Thank you, everybody. All right, guys, so right now I have one of the posters out here today. So let's see who's going to win these prizes. We're going to do a couple one of these. So if you guys don't win these on the first round, we'll do a few more giveaways. We'll call on you in the green t-shirt and the blue pants right here. Do you know what the name of that trick is right out here? That's right, the wheelie. Coming over and grab this prize. Guys, let's give a round of applause for winning this poster. And after the show is over, we'll get those posters autographed out here today by these 2 professional bike riders. But up next, we're going to start things off with Colin making his way back out. Of course, let's see what Colin's trick is going to be this time. And the name of that trick. All right, so this time Colin is doing a little bit more of an advanced maneuver out here. So let's see, I'll call on you in the black t-shirt with the gray pants on ready. Do you know what the name of that trick is called? The bar spin. That is right. Coming over and grab this prize. Guys, let's give a round of applause to winning this prize out here today. We call that one the handlebar spin. And even if you guys are welcome, even if you guys do not know the names of these tricks, I'll give you guys a couple of hints or guesses out here. So we're going to do a second round now, and we're going to bring Evan back out here. So let's see what Evan's trick is going to be this time, and the name of that trick today. Evan, at that time, I'm doing another trick over the top of the box jump out here today. So let's see if you guys might know the name of this one. I'll call on you in the pink t-shirt with the white polka dot bands on. Do you have any guesses? What'd you say? That's right, the no-footer coming over and grab this prize. Guys, let's give a round of applause for winning this prize under today. You guys have not needed any guesses so far on what they will be. So up next, we're going to have a Colin come back out here. We're going to keep this game rolling and to name that trick today. Colin this time doing a trick that gets its name because of math. Doing it again onto the ramp out here. Let's see, I'll call on you in the purple tie-dye t-shirt over in the back. Do you know what the name of that trick is called? That is right, the 360. Coming over and grab this prize, guys. Let's give her a round of applause for winning this prize out here today. Guys, we still have more prizes, all right? So let's just keep this game rolling out here since you guys seem to like it so much. We're going to have Evan come back out here next. Let's see what Evan's next trick is going to be and name that trick today. So if the first thing that Evan did was the no-footer, this time Evan taking a different body part off. So let's call on you with the glasses right in the backpack standing up. Do you know what the name of that trick was called? That's right, the no-hander. Come on over and grab this prize, guys. Let's give a round of applause for winning that prize out here today. We call that one the no-hands out of Evan. And up next, we're going to be bringing Colin back out on course for his next jump. So let's see what one of Colin's final jumps is going to be out here today and name that trick. Colin going upside down out here today in today's show. So let's see. We'll call on you all the way in the back with the black t-shirt and the helmet on. Do you know what the name of that trick is called? That is right, the backflip 180. Come on over and grab this prize, guys. Let's give a round of applause to winning this prize out here today. We call that one the backflip 180. We're going to give out a whole bunch more prizes out here today, later on and throughout the rest of today's performance. But now that we gave us some pretty cool tricks out here today. Does everyone in the audience out here watching want to see some bigger and better tricks out here again? Do you guys want to see some bigger tricks again today? All right, so now the wind test seems to be a bit more tamer out here today. We're going to have both Evan and Colin out here. You guys can come back out here. We're going to do 2 more of you guys bigger jumps out here today before we move on closer to the grand finale with today's performance. So I'm going to turn the music back up for them, and we're going to start things off with Evan out here today. But just remember, boys and girls, the more noise that you make for both Evan and Colin out here today, the more pumped up that they will get, and the bigger and better their bike tricks will be. Up first, we're going to start things off with Evan out here. So let's keep that noise going for Evan, everybody, today. Evan at that time is showing us a huge and 2 trick. Colin, we're not giving out any more prizes just yet. But we're going to bring Colin back out, of course. Let's see what Colin's next trick is going to be. Colin blasting over that rip and losing his cellular device out of his pocket out here. But up next, we're going to be bringing Evan back out, of course. Let's keep that noise going for Evan, everybody, today. Evan going upside down with that huge backflip. We're not giving out any more prizes right now. We'll get some more later on. But that was incredible out of Evan going upside down in the school parking lot. There we go with Colin with the back-to-back upside down backflips out here today. Now, all right, let's see. Evan, do you want to do another jump out here today? Why not, all right? Looks like Evan and Colin, we're going to do another jump out here if you guys want to. So if Evan wants to make his way back out here, Colin does. I'm going to turn the music back up, and we're going to bring up both Evan up next for a third jump out here today. Evan building up some speed for his next jump. So let's keep that noise going for Evan out here today, guys. Evan going huge out there, twisting his handlebars around as he jumps over that box jump. Make sure not to get too tangled up in that bicycle out here today. But up next, we're going to be bringing Colin back out, of course, as he builds up a huge amount of speed with another incredible upside down backflip out here today. Out of Colin. But all right, now real quick, guys, it looks like both these bike riders are signaling to me that they want to try something special again. So we saw that train earlier on out here today, but as everyone in the audience watching want to see another bonus jump for both these bike riders in a back-to-back train-like formation. You guys want to see another one of those stunts out here today? All right, then. Well, if you guys want to see that, then so do I. So I'm going to turn the music back up for both Evan and Colin. We're going to bring them back at it for another huge train out here with Evan and Colin and build up some speed. So let's see that noise going for both Evan and Colin out today, guys. Both Evan and Colin with those huge back-to-back backflips out here. Boys and girls, let's give both Evan Mendino and Colin Ackerman one more huge round of applause out here today, guys. For showing us those incredibly difficult bicycle tricks out here. Boys and girls, we're the Dialed Action Sports Team. Thank you so much for joining us for today's performance. And if there's just one thing that you guys can take away from today's performance, remember to always wear that safety gear that we mentioned earlier on today's show. And speaking of that safety gear, we still have a few extra prizes left over. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one final giveaway out here today. And we're going to see if you guys can remember the 3 types of pieces of safety gear that we were talking about just...
Charlie, what did you win?
I won this bike first try. I'm so happy.